everyone, welcome to a new live stream for the stocks. And let's see what this week is waiting for us. We're gonna see, of course, what we're gonna have for the Monday. Are we gonna see some green or are we gonna see some red? So basically we have as well a main list, of course, that we want to analyze today, which starting, of course, with NASDAQ, SPX, Tesla, and Nvidia, and the gold and Apple. We're gonna see as well the IBIT for a special request from Arcane. Welcome to the live stream. And also Profit Pulse FX. Hi. Welcome to the live stream as well. Illusion Trade, welcome, bro. Nice to see you, all of you guys. Subhi, welcome to join us. And I'm doing well, enjoying some time of the charts of the weekend, but I saw the notification you were going live and had some come join. All right, that's cool, man. Thanks for joining us then, and it's nice to see you always. So hi Subhi, how you doing, pa? So drop your request, guys, if you have some special requests. Of course, we're gonna analyze it after this main list. Of course, we have NASDAQ, the index, and of course S&P, Tesla, Nvidia, the gold, and Apple as well to see, of course. All right, so let's watch and see what's gonna happen. Basically, let's start with NASDAQ. So basically, NASDAQ, as we have closed perfectly inside this blue box 1.618, which is really, it cannot be much more perfect than this, right? We would like to have, of course, one more leg toward the upside to finish simply this impulse of 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And in this case scenario, I think that Monday will be, of course, opening in green. Now, this is a 1 hour chart, meaning, of course, I mean, it depends how much is gonna be far this wave or intense this wave 5. And after this, of course, guys, actually we have finished a wave 1, major wave 1. If you remember, our leading diagonal is reset and ready, right? We have a zigzag wave 1, correction for wave 2. We have a zigzag for wave 3, correction for wave 4, a zigzag right now unfolding for wave 5. All what is left is a very simple leg towards the upside for Monday, and then of course moving for the whole week, potentially for a wave 2. Of course, we're gonna re-estimate what are the potential of different scenario right now. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper today. What if we continue toward the upside? I mean, why just moving down, right? Why it has to be perfect all the time? I mean, what if we move toward the upside? So we have to ask this question to see what's gonna happen. So basically, on the daily, I would say, if this is our index here, we're moving toward the upside already in a very nice shape. Now, you know, on the daily, if you take a look at it, you will see, well, this looks like 3 waves up, right? It looks like 3 waves and it doesn't look like a diagonal. However, of course, internally, you can know here that you have a 4 and a 5, right? But what if? Let's always keep the same question posed there. And if this is the case scenario, let's say we move towards the upside and this transforms to a kind of A, B, and a C for higher at 1-to-1 fib level. And that means corrective, right? So we have to be careful. If we move corrective and we hit the 1-to-1 fib level in 3 waves, that means, we might not see, of course, the continuation of this recovery. Because, of course, this is going to turn into A, B, and a C potentially, unless, of course, we move really high. Therefore, there is something really different unfolding here, but very low possibility, guys, to move simply like very high and directly. I believe, of course, that this can be, of course, a ceiling here, right? Where it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Nobody knows, right? And that means where you have a finished 3 waves up, B, and a C, right? In this case scenario, guys, of course, always, I mean, now high possibility that we are bullish, but I always keep in mind, of course, in case we turn into bearish. I mean, always, this is a thing, right? To be much more secure, risk management always. And yeah, here we go. What if we have a 1, 2, also 3, 4, and a 5? Yeah, so which it can be as well, by the way, an ending diagonal after 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing a wave C. Your wave C has to be a zigzag. And then it can be possible without reaching the 1-to-1 Fib level, by the way, guys. So what I mean here, if you finish kind of like ending diagonal, for example, like that, that might be, of course, a wave C corrective. Okay, so because I'm not flipping to bearish, don't understand me wrong. I'm still in a recovery for the market. So far, it is great. But what if, right? We keep this in mind to be re-estimated. Why we keep it in mind? Because I'm gonna group all of this here. Bearish market, bearish scenario. I keep it in mind because, guys, in case we see something like very impulsive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this in the next price action, and we see 3 corrective waves, that means, of course, we're aiming to take the low, right? I mean, a very strong impulse anyway is gonna mean zigzag, which it might anyway take the low, which is very possible. Don't forget that why always thinking bullish and bearish? Why thinking always up and high? Why not sometimes thinking sideways? Right? What if 3 waves down for A, 3 waves down for B, C, D, and an E, finishing towards the downside for a wave Y after W, X, and a Y? Which your wave Y can be anything. It can be a flat, it can be a zigzag, it can be a triangle. So those are also possibilities to keep it in mind, guys. I'm not always like 100% bullish. Of course, the recovery is nice, is working perfectly, but always just to keep this in mind. All right, so these are the potential scenarios. Right now, of course, the answer for this is gonna be, of course, in this move towards the downside. Is it gonna be really very impulsive, or is gonna be 3 waves? Once we see 3 waves and start to reject and take this low here with a price action, that means, yeah, there is nothing really to be scared of. This is corrective. Even if it moves down again after 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, it's fine. We have already 3 waves down. We have hit the low, meaning there is no impulse. Sooner or later, it's gonna continue toward the upside. Yep, so these are the signals that we are looking for this week that is gonna start tomorrow. All right, so that was for NASDAQ, as we said. And just to remind you, for tomorrow, the potential scenario for tomorrow is to have one more leg toward the upside inside this blue box, where we have hit, of course, the 1.618 for wave 3. We're looking for a wave 4, potentially even still unfolding, because your wave 2 time is 4 candles. You see here still just 2 candles after the high. And that means, of course, you still need a little bit low and moving toward the upside. Maybe it might move much more and sideways, or a little bit deeper, by the way, and then moving towards the upside for wave 5. Okay, because wave 4 should at least be the same time as a wave 2, and normally even longer in time, based on alternation. Yep. All right, so that was for the NASDAQ, and we have started NASDAQ, I think, at the 11-minute here. All right, and we are going for the S&P right now at 20. All right, so because I'm writing this for the new people for this system, I use this on the crypto channel as well for the live stream. I already put the timing, so I just copy paste them. And of course, so you can get the live stream clipped with the title, you can find them very easily after the live stream. So if you want to come back to it. All right. So, yeah, Prophet, join the lifetime membership, guys. Thank you, Prophet Pulse. Okay, yeah, I mean, guys, yeah, I want to remind you that we have a Discord channel where you can have, of course, some interaction with the community. You can have some question, Q&A, and sometimes, of course, some TAs, special requests, at least one per day. In case, of course, I have time, of course, I would be yeah, more than pleased to offer it to you guys. And yeah, you can find our Discord with the membership on Patreon. Yes, so these are the possibilities for NASDAQ right now. Let's move for the SPX. Please, can you show? Would love to see silver. Yeah, definitely. You're very welcome, bro. Silver, can you show how you draw the extension from the wave 5 target? Okay, yes, with pleasure, man. Mickey Asante, hey KG, had to drop in when I saw your live. Yeah, welcome, bro. Welcome to the channel, man. All right, nice to see you. Cool, guys. SPX, and yeah, let's move. So SPX is the same scenarios, guys. I mean, you know, SPX and NASDAQ follow each other's. However, SPX is the follower here for NASDAQ, and SPX is behind a little bit, still looking for higher for the blue box, of course. In a wave A finished, and potentially, yeah, before moving higher, we're looking for a wave B first, and then moving for an impulse. So basically, yeah, they might, of course, be a little bit different. Nasdaq and S&P. Anyway, we saw it last week. So basically, S&P might move down a little bit and then moving toward the upside one more time again. I repeat, of course, for the bearish, to not be always like in one-sided direction. If we are bearish, guys, don't forget that we have three waves toward the downside after W, X, and a Y. This wave Y can be finished or can be not finished yet. And that means, of course, it can be a three waves down, three waves up, five waves down, which is, of course, a flat. It can be as well a triangle, or it can be a simple regular flat, somehow like this, and just by taking the low before talking like 100% into a recovery. Yeah, so this is what I mean. And that means, of course, in this bearish scenario, if you are looking at W, X, and a Y, the wave Y can be, of course, an A, three waves, B, and a C, moving toward the downside again, meaning, of course, A, B, and a C, which is a flat. It can be, of course, a triangle, right? Triangle with inside like consolidation, and then of course like A, B, C, D, and a E. When your wave E is toward the downside, that means the market is gonna move towards the upside after it directly. It's a reversal. Okay. Yeah. Hello, KG. Do you think ARM stock is in big wave? All right, we can put ARM. We can take a look. What about the numbers? Okay, all right, so yes, this is what I'm saying. It might be, of course, a bearish scenario as well, that it might be just simply corrective or sideways and then moving toward the upside in W, X, and a Y. The wave Y can unfold several scenarios. All right, so these are the potential scenarios. So I just want to let you know that I'm always not sided like 100% to one direction. It's just that I try always to brainstorm a little bit in case something happened, in case you get the signal, so you don't get shocked. Oh, now you're bearish. You know, you was bullish the whole time. Because I just want to prepare you in case, of course, we get a signal. You know, the market is signals that we get it, of course, even in 1 minute sometimes. All right, so this is a bearish. Let me write the scenario. So basically, I'm looking for lower a little bit for SPX to open on the Monday, and that because we need a wave B before continuation toward the upside. Unless, guys, unless, by the way, always think twice. What if 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5? What if it is finished? And that means wave 3. What if it is wave 3 is 1, 2, 3, which is wave A, 4, and a 5? Finishing wave A, wave B, and inside or internally here, you cannot really see the 1, 2. Of course, if you dive internally, you can. 3, 4, and a 5, right? 4 and a 5 to finish a wave C here. And then we finished a wave 4, which is what it is right now. And then finishing here internally, which you cannot see it clearly, as A, B, and a C. Can be as well. We have to expect everything. Of course, the answer can be given here, guys. Are we impulsive, 5 waves, or are we corrective, 3 waves? This is the answers that we're gonna get on Monday. All right. Yes, this is for SPX. Nothing really to add more than this between the bearish and the bullish, and of course, what to expect for Monday. All right, so this was SPX. Let's move for Tesla, which is also a special request for Arcane. Welcome, Arcane, as well. So let's see the Tesla. All right, Tesla is very, very tricky for Tesla. It's not really very clear yet, but is not really showing strengths. This is what I'm saying. Tesla. Okay, for Tesla, you know that there are also always, I think, in both case scenarios, bullish and bearish. And starting, of course, from the daily to understand what is going on Tesla and why I don't see really still very promising recover. So based on Tesla, first signal that you have on this chart, despite the move towards the upside that you are looking at here, this move towards the upside is divided as 1, 2, 3, 4 potentially, and a 5 finished over there. Okay, you finished a wave 1 or a wave A, and you're looking for a correction as a wave B or a wave 2, meaning 1, 2, and then you're looking for this massive wave 3, which is, of course, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finishing wave 3 or finishing A, B, and a C, which is a zigzag. Now, if you take a look at the target, which is 1-to-1 fib level only, which is higher potential, is a wave C rather than a wave 3, right? Because a wave 3 has to hit at least minimum target 1.27. We are just at 1.0. Perfect fib level for a zigzag in a wave C. That means you are in a corrective wave. I mean, we call it corrective because it is 3 waves, but it's not necessarily to be corrective, meaning moving down. But we call it a 3 waves corrective, which is zigzag. And that means you're looking for other correction after it. Whether it is 3 waves down, which you got it, by the way. You did not move towards the upside because it was 3 waves up again, signaling that we did not finish this correction, signaling that you might still take the low in an expanding flat, A, B, and a C. Taking the high, meaning expanding wave B as an A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 impulse for a wave C. Targets 1.38, 1.618. This is the ultimate bearish scenario for Tesla. This is the most bearish, okay? It means like worst case scenarios, Tesla drops to $50, okay? Next scenario, which is not really so bearish, is a W, X, and a Y, all right? Your wave Y, again, can be a zigzag, can be a flat, 3 waves down, moving towards the upside after finishing, can be a triangle, A, B, C, D, and an E, finishing wave E towards the downside, meaning a reversal of the market towards the upside. And this is, of course, in case we are in W, X, and a Y, which is higher possibility. Okay. If we move inside it and to get more answers, because of course you have potential moving towards the upside. By the way, I covered bearish, I covered sideways, and still have a bullish one, right? We said we never say we are just on one side. A, B, and a C, right? A, B, and a C, meaning this one is a running flat. Running flat, what does it mean? You start the same as an expanding flat. It has to be, by the way, which is the case scenario, perfect. You finish 5 waves short, failing to take the low, meaning an expanding flat transforming to a running flat. Now, this is a very rare case scenario that it happened, but here it looks like very close for it, because you can read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bigger view. Then moving toward the upside, reversal for the market. This is a bullish, all right? As you can see, all scenarios are there. The bearish, the sideways, and the bullish one, okay? A, B, and a C running flat. Now, if you ask me what is the highest possibility, of course, because, I mean, you got, okay, which one then? It's about possibilities and probabilities, right? Now, since we did not invalidate this impulse, which it looks like an impulse because this is a wave 3. I'm going to zoom in, by the way. It's so far for you guys. 1, 2, 3, right? Whether finished or not with this 4 and a 5, you are impulsive. You finish 5 waves toward the downside. Now, the direction of the market is toward the downside. Why? Because you got an impulse 5 waves. Now, the only way to say, okay, we're done, is of course, as we said, a wave C as finished running flat. How you make sure? You would like to see 5 waves toward the upside. Do we have it as an answer? Let's move in. Inside it, we see currently we're looking right now in case that we have bottomed here after a wave 5, as mentioned in the analysis. If we have bottomed here, okay, and this is a 3, this is a 5. We have bottomed for a wave A or a wave 1 potentially, let's say. If we are in a formation toward the upside, you would like to see, of course, a clear diagonal. Currently, it's still working fine, right? So I cannot still even give 100% answer unless you finish the 5 waves, whether diagonal or impulsive. If we get the 5 waves, ding, all right, we move towards the upside. All right, so this is the answer that we are looking for it, right? Yeah, so this is currently it's still working fine. I would say it's still working fine. If you can see here, if I take the fib level 0.23, it's already hit, by the way, meaning this already can be 1, 2, 3, 4 very short, and 5 the same as NASDAQ and S&P. Yeah, this is very potential to be even finished, but you still, yeah, you would like to see the high. Yeah, you would like to see a wave 5 extended, because anyway your wave 4 is short. That means, of course, your wave 5 should be extended. Prophet Pulse, I think you're writing a word which is forbidden for the channel, because most of the scammers in the comments use this word. So try to rephrase, please, bro. The problem is not from your side. All right. Can you take a look at OCUGEN stock? Okay, we can take a look. Sure. OCUGEN. All right. Yep. Okay, that was for Tesla. What I'm looking for Tesla right now is, of course, a wave 4, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In case the wave 4 finished, meanings we're looking for higher. Let's move inside it a little bit to get a little bit much more inside. Now, basically you are looking at 3 waves down here and you took the high again. But you would like to see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 correction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside to finish, of course, this wave 1. Potentially that it can be wave B, and yeah, we're gonna see how this is gonna work. But basically, this is what I'm looking for, because we took the high again here. By the way, it has corrected as regular flat or zigzag. Cool. So for Tesla, higher probability. So because now we are looking at an answer, the probabilities are shifting towards a diagonal, which is 5 waves. And that means on the daily, so back to the results in the daily, what does it mean? It means wave C, of course, as potential running flat, right? And moving for higher. This is shifting right now, of course, to get much more closer and closer for a recover and moving toward the upside. Okay, guys, that was for Tesla. Next is Nvidia. All right, Nvidia 36. Okay, guys, so let's see Nvidia. We have for Nvidia, yeah, a very nice scenario as well. I mean, you know, Nvidia on the daily or on the all-time history is very, very impulsive. I mean, you see now the difference between Tesla, for example, and Nvidia, where you see, of course, this is a healthy chart, maybe, or much more directive. So it has 1, 2, 1, 2, double 1, 2. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A 4 wave 3 finished. Your wave 4 also finished. And then your wave 5 in the yellow also finished. You have 5 waves in gray here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing, of course, wave 5 in the yellow, finishing a wave 3 in the orange. After this, you start to get, of course, a sideways correction, meaning a flat. Why? Because as alternation with the wave 2, based on Elliott wave, you have to get alternation between wave 2 and the wave 4. If wave 2 is a zigzag, which is this exactly the case scenario here that we are looking at, a very sharp zigzag and deep, very close to the bottom, right? You have to see in the wave 4 an alternative, and that means a flat, right? It can be a regular flat or it can be an expanding flat. In this way, we see an expanding flat. Now, in the bigger view, it is a perfect expanding flat, but in a very micro level, it's a little bit hard to call it expanding flat. Why? Because the wave C is so much overlapped. Yeah. If you are seeking for an ending diagonal, it can be, but your wave 5 is still longer than wave 3, which is not allowed. But still, it doesn't matter. What I found here for Nvidia is this count, where you might have, of course, a double zigzag. All right, here we go, with an X in between as a bridge, finished exactly at 1-to-1 fib level, taken from the A to the B to the C. 1-to-1 fib level, hitting, of course, and then moving toward the upside. Very nice scenario, very cool. We don't need more than this. We were very close anyway for the 1.38, which is an expanding flat fib level, and it has started to recover. Now, I cannot blame Nvidia if it didn't touch, of course, the blue zone expected. Nvidia is much more stronger than Tesla normally, psychologically or fundamentally, right? And that because, of course, the news that it has affected Tesla. Tesla is also strong, but the fundamentals that we had, of course, during the last months has affected Tesla so bad, right? Despite that, Nvidia also faced a lot of fundamentals, if you remember, DeepSeek and the Chinese AI, right? So that they use Nvidia chips, and of course, yeah, you know, And this is the psychology. All of it was explained in this very complex structure, right? Plus the trade wars, tariffs, everything. However, currently we are on a good path, of course, for Nvidia. We're looking still for the blue box. Now, just to let you know, for Nvidia, the high has been taken. As you can see, confirmation for higher. Does it mean directly higher? No. That it means soon or later. Okay. We took the high. That means you finish potentially a wave 3 here. Okay, for this diagonal, which is of course a 1, a 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Yeah, this is basically that we have finished, of course, a wave 3, but preferably to see one more high. Preferably to hit, of course, the blue box. I prefer to see this because you have already clear impulse here for a wave A. You have a clear correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, very short. I would like to see a wave 5 a little bit bigger. Especially that the wave 3 look a little bit short. Yeah, so I would like to see an extended a little bit wave 5. But if did not happen, it doesn't mean we are bearish because you took already the high. By taking the high, you confirmed or you secured a wave 3 in diagonal. Cool? All right. Nvidia, basically a higher potential is bullish than bearish. Okay, very already clear from the daily, from the chart, from the impulses, and from the alternation and the levels that we got here. Higher potential, of course, to be bullish. Now the bearish, of course, as always, we keep it in mind. What if we are bearish, right? What is the scenario to be bearish here? Of course, after W, X, and a Y, because this is a wave Y potentially, of course, on the lower time frame. Since you have finished 3 waves, what if you're getting another 3 waves right now and you move in an impulse toward the downside? A, B, and a C, W, X, and a Y in a zigzag or a flat. Very low possibility, but this is the bearish possibility. You would like to see, of course, an impulse. This is the signal that we get. 5 ways down without invalidation, okay? Until that time, of course, once it happened, you know me. I just directly lay down this scenario. But so far, no need because everything in a bigger view on a micro and on the macro level is secured toward the upside almost, right? So, basically, for the sideways, right? What if we have W, X, and a Y again, because it is 3 waves? What if we are having, of course, a flat or a triangle, right? In a wave Y, W, X, and a Y, very sideways. Meaning it can still go for high anyway, currently, because you are in A, you are currently in wave B. You would like to see, of course, a zigzag towards the upside. However, low possibility because you would like to see for this a clear impulse, correction, and then impulse. And that's why it is a little bit far possibility. Okay. Yeah, highest possibility is this one. Leading diagonal wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5. And targets for Nvidia are very high. The targets are very interesting for Nvidia, guys. And I mentioned this, I think, in the last analysis because the targets are incredible. Basically, why I cannot see them anymore? I think I deleted them by mistake. All right, so the targets for a wave 5 is the following target. Wave 5 over 1. We're talking about 800, guys, for Nvidia. And very possible to happen. Why? I mean, what you need is just one more impulse like this one. You're there, right? Normally, also, if you want to get much more tips here, if you are in wave 5, in the orange scenario, you measure the wave 1, you take it and you put it exactly at the wave 4 bottom. It should be almost the same length. Potentially, we might get this, guys. And it might be around 800. Yeah, 860, 800. And of course, it depends on the wave 1 of the wave 5. Meaning right now, this leading diagonal, by the way, is very interesting because if this leading diagonal is going to end up 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this is a huge wave 1. Wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. Okay? And of course, it might expand, guys. So, I mean, once you finish your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this might be your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The same as happened here. The same. Yeah. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to reach this blue box. Interesting for Nvidia. I'm keeping, of course, a close eye on it. All right, the next one, guys. That was for Nvidia. Let's see the gold. Can you do SLS, please? Subhi, yes, welcome, bro. Here we go. Gold. Let's see the gold at 46. Well, the gold, of course, as we mentioned, it has stopped, and we were also very precise with it, right? We did not miss it. It was already in our target. Here we go. We have top for the gold toward the upside. Currently, we're looking, of course, for potential, this blue box, right? As an A, B, and a C, 1-to-1 fib level, or we're looking for the 1.618 as an impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Well, you would like to see an extended wave 5. If you see, on Monday, by the way, directly, if you see a wave 5 extended, that might be the call for a wave 3. Okay, at least you would like to reach the 1.27. If you are corrective as zigzag, you will reach only the 1-to-1 fib level. Your wave 5 might be a very normal wave 5 based on that impulse. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitting 3,148. Does it finish here? Of course not. It is corrective, that's true, 3 waves. If we are 3 waves down, I'm expecting 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for deeper. Why? Because on a bigger view, again, right, here we go. On a bigger view, I'm looking at least for this target, at least for this blue zone. And that means, of course, this correction might even unfold again. 3 ways up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm going to show you what do I mean in a bigger view. There we go. This is in a bigger view. You have leading diagonal potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Sorry. A leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is your wave 4, which is second possibility in position. Highest possibility right now is for this one, which is, of course, A, B, and a C, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in an impulse. Minimum target for a wave 4 in an impulse is 0.23, 2,500, can be 0.38, 2,180, which I doubt it. I think 2,500 is a perfect psychological number based on the top, 3,500 minus or minus 1,000. That is a great mindset, trader mindset, right? Yeah, so 2,500 is in sight. All right, that was for the gold. Everything is looking great. So on Monday, you would like, of course, to see lower, definitely. We are in an impulse toward the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4. You just finish it. You started the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. All right. Target is 3,000, almost around it, 100. All right. Next is Apple. Yeah, let's see Apple. It has been a while for Apple at 49 minutes. All right, let's see the Apple. Okay. All right. So it's okay. It is okay. It is the same scenarios as per NASDAQ, SPX, Tesla, Nvidia. All of them are doing the same almost. But when you read this, it's true that all of them are the same. But when you see this, weakness, right? Weakness and very massive drop. Taking the high, right? Taking the high here, which it is like confirmation for wave 3. This is your wave 4 and the wave 5. What does it mean, guys? As I said, weakness, meaning of course shrinking down this leading diagonal. Less aggressive, right? I'm gonna remove this. No need anymore. Less aggressive leading diagonal, right? But still a leading diagonal at the end. Don't forget that it can be also an A, B, and a C. We're gonna keep it in mind, right? Second, A, B, and a C. All right. I'm looking for higher. Yeah, I'm looking for higher on Monday for a wave 5, definitely. Because if you take, of course, your target for a wave 4 here in diagonal, you already reach it perfectly in a perfect target. Not like NASDAQ, not like SPX, very shallow wave 4. Apple, because of the weakness, it has reached, of course, lower. It's at the end, it's a perfect fib level, but yeah, the other shows power, shows strength, while Apple, of course, shows a little bit weaker psychology again, right? Of Fibonacci and Elliott wave. All right, so yeah, I'm looking for higher on Monday in bullish path, right? Nothing to add, guys. Nothing to add, unless if we break this. This is an old one. We can remove it, by the way. If we break it, if we break those level, yeah, we have to start to be careful. Invalidation is, of course, taking or breaking this trend. If we break it, taken from the tops here, and you put it to the bottom, if we break it, then it's done. Yeah, it's bearish. It's moving down, right? Okay, let's move to special request, IBIT. What is IBIT? IBET, okay, NASDAQ. Mr. Stevenio, hi, can you take a look at Sophie? Who is Sophie, bro? My wife is here, I can't. All right, so, okay, is it NASDAQ? Sophie Technologies, okay. Sophie or Sophie, I think. Sophie, all right. Yeah, we can take a look, of course, after IBIT, sure. Okay, IBIT for NASDAQ. Okay, what is that? All right, is it double 1 2 or is it a zigzag? Here we go, directly. 1 2 3 4 5, meaning impulse. You're looking, of course, at a zigzag potentially or an impulse. So here we go. We start with A, B, and a C potentially after 1 2, double 1 2, right? Then 1 2, and then 3 4 5 4, and a 5. Okay, finished already the 4 5s there. Triple 1 2s actually, and triple 4 5s. Okay, so basically finished impulse. In triple 1 2s, triple 4 5s, we're looking at a correction, A, B, and a C, 1 2 3 4, and a 5, and you're moving towards the upside. Very nice. Okay, so those are the potential scenarios. First, you have a 1 2 here, 3 4 5 for higher, and you have another 1, 2 here, which is higher degree, of course. Let's put it in bracket yellow. Here we go. This is the main impulse, right? And what you're looking at here is a 1, 2, 3, of course, 4, and a 5. Targets for a wave 3 is the following. Impulse, all right. We're looking for this target, guys, as a wave 3. In case, of course, you continue for higher. That is a bearish scenario coming short term. So 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 3 in yellow, finish a wave 4 and a 5 for higher. This is your bullish scenario. You would like to see a wave 3 impulsive right now after this wave 2, impulsively 3, 4, and a 5. Therefore, it's a good one. So far, internally, it shows that it has started, which is nice signal, but don't no financial advice, of course. Right, bearish scenario. A, B, and a C finished, meaning you're looking for an A, bigger A, B, and a C toward the upside. Brackets, let's put it in a blue. We said brackets blue. Okay. So A, B, and a C. All right. This is your bearish scenario. It might be even that your wave B not finished yet, and that means A, B, and a C. Why not finished? Because based on the time taken from your wave A here, you would like to see a wave B in a regular flat, wave B, regular flat time, finished around this area. And that means you still need time, at least to here, to move towards the upside. All right. And that means, of course, you're still looking for this path. Somehow like that. Okay. Yeah. So basically, higher possibility for the bullish, of course, because we see an impulse already. That was for IBIT. Okay, that was at, okay, let's say 3 minutes before, meaning 53. Okay, silver, XAG, USD, right? Here we go. All right, basically silver can follow normally the gold, but it's not really volatile like the gold. Yeah, the gold saw all-time high, but not the gold, right? Not the silver, sorry. So basically they have the same pattern, almost a leading diagonal, but the silver has already finished the wave 3 here, okay? And you're looking at ABC finished, and you have another correction, and currently you are in a wave 5 toward the upside. So inside this wave 5, you have finished your wave A, you're looking at the wave C, yeah? So A, B, and a C. And potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, preferably to get an extended wave 5 because you would like to take the high, which is $50. How much psychological it is, the silver $50, also the gold 3,500 exactly. Yeah, how much psychological is this? So basically, I'm looking again for the 60 even, $60. Do you see it? That is the blue box anyway. And I prefer to see this, yes. I prefer to see the 60 this time because last high also for the wave 1 is also 47 or 48. Yeah, $48. Cool. So I prefer for the silver to move towards the upside, of course. Currently inside it, you are impulsive. So you're still looking, of course, for higher. Yeah, you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation for higher. Okay. 2 hours chart. Here we go. Wave 2 might move a little bit more down, potentially, or not. It can be there. But let's say virtually, if it's going to move a little bit down, your targets are around this area, $40 and $39. Okay. Here we go. All right, so this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, preferably to take the 60 even. Get some extensions inside it. All right, guys, that was for the silver, for the target, for the possibility, higher possibility to move higher. You're still, of course, in an impulse. All right, nothing to add. All right, that was at 57. Okay, ARM. Let's see ARM. We are at 1 hour exactly. Okay. All right, guys. ARM USD or yeah, here we go. ARM Holdings. Okay. Is it a it sounds again weapon company. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, you have an impulse here potentially. Wave 3 longer than wave 1. Okay, everything is fine. 4 and a 5, but a very weird impulse. A, B, C, A, B, and a C. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're moving for higher. Is it a weapon company, guys? Right. So mini gray. And you're looking for a 1, 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I think it's a real estate, right? Or bank, something related to bank holdings. I don't know. All right. Yellow. All right. So you're looking for 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Targets. Obviously, it has started the. Obviously, it has started the impulse, guys. Yeah, in leading diagonal. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so you're moving for higher, definitely. Okay. Right. Hopefully not a weapon. All right. I mean, of course, you can invest in it, but you know, it's like supporting wars and stuff. All right. So these are the targets, guys. The blue box. ARM semiconductors. Okay. All right. I'm gonna research it later. Okay, so that was for ARM. OCUGEN. Okay, OCUGEN. Okay, OCUGEN. NASDAQ. Okay, great. Hmm. Okay. Guys, I'm very known on crypto channel that I don't really support so much bad charts. Okay, like it means like very risky charts. Okay, this is one of them for the stocks. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 not invalidated. 5 you're still looking for lower, meaning this chart is just to zero. Okay, be careful. No financial advice. So yeah, just to keep it and to keep it. If someone looks after it, just to let them know, of course, to spread knowledge, right? SLS, all right, SLS. All right, again, yeah, it's the same scenario. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for your wave 3. You're looking for a wave 4 and a 5, 2, 0. Be careful, guys. All right. So that is also at 103. So these two not good at all, yeah, guys. I mean, of course, until they show potential strengths again. Yeah. Internally, there is nothing. If you're expecting to move impulsively, nothing is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 barely taken. Yeah, so this is corrective, definitely. All right, guys. So that was it for today. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I wish you to have a nice week. Start for the week tomorrow. Always trade safe and pick your chart very, very precisely, guys. Always look for a chart that has a good direction. Um, and of course, I think like when you see a chart towards the downside, you cannot invest this, right? I don't know if you can just sell without buying, right? I don't know if all platform, because for me, when I invest in stock market, to be honest, I just invest by buying, right? And I think, I mean, the platform that I use is just when you invest is just to buy, and you sell, of course, when you want to get out, but it's about buying shares, right? So you cannot sell it without buying, and yeah, this is a problem. Is when you buy from the beginning of this chart, yeah, and then you move toward the downside, that is horrible, right? And that is horrible. If you buy like this chair and then something is wrong, definitely, right? Something is wrong. It can be scam. It can be, I don't know, insolvency, and I don't know what is it. But Sella Life Science Group, okay, Sellas, all right. Yeah, so it's yeah, be careful, guys. Trade safe. All right, guys. So see you tomorrow with a new updates. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one. Bye bye.